Well, good weekend, all. I'm Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up, and this is your weekend edition for Friday, the 26th of January. I wanted to get this all done today, nice and early for you, so you get a whole weekend to look at my stuff and think about what's going to happen. Why? You've got an awful lot of data coming at you this week. Just think about it. You have the Federal Reserve giving us our new monetary policy decision. You have the JOLTS report. I believe ADP and Challenger Gray reports. We have the U.S. jobs report. We have the Bank of England. We have war still going on and picking up in the Red Sea. We just saw 2 ships today attacked, one a hit on fire. And the interesting part of these is that these ships were carrying Russian cargo oil. That hasn't been the case. Generally, it's from all over the world, other things, but not China and Russia. So I don't know if the Houthis made a mistake. You know, those guys that are who are they? Houthis. They made a mistake, or it was intentional. Either way, it's now another problem. Now, we do know that if you read the news today, that supposedly the Biden administration has made China, got them to, they didn't make them, they asked them to, and China supposedly is going to talk to Iran to try to get things tamed down there. I don't know that that can work. Iran has its own goals, and I'm sure they'll listen, they'll hear it, but they feel like they're emboldened in the whole area. They've got fronts going on in Syria, Iraq, Lebanon now, Yemen, and they're in control, and they're stirring up a pot full of you-know-what. Okay, where this all takes the world, we'll find out, but it's not good. That much we all know. So we will see just where this is all at. We haven't heard anything, by the way, about Iran's nuclear program, but I'm sure it's under not speed, but full speed, every which way it can go. Got to be careful of North Korea at this time, because at any point they can say, and they typically do when this all happens, nobody's paying attention to me, and they launch a mission or they attack something. Be careful. That's how it works in that part of the world, all right? So in the metal markets, where does this carry us? Well, today it was pretty quiet. The market that came alive was platinum. It had been the one market I couldn't quite figure out as the others came up, and I'm talking others being the silver market, the copper, and the platinum. And by the way, I had a gentleman write me and tell me how wrong I am on silver and why it's a storage of value. Silver is not a storage of value, other than everything's a storage of value. If it doesn't spoil, it could be a storage of value. I don't understand the argument. A precious metal is a different metal. It's generally small. You can carry it in your pocket. A diamond, a real diamond, has value because you can put it in your pocket and it's mobile. Bitcoin has value because you don't have to have anything. It is out there, and somebody that will accept that value for other currency, whatever you can do it, it's got value. It's a storage of value. Do we understand that? But silver's an industrial metal. It's a $22 metal. It is not. How much do you have to own of it? Your whole house in order to have real wealth? I had a buddy that I'll never forget. We grew up together, side by side, from the time I was 8, 9. He became one of the silver barons in the futures markets in Chicago. And we came from very, very modest background. My family was not rich by any standard, nor was his. And we grew up, and his whole thing in life was silver. And he did well when, remember, it hit $50 under the Hunts. All right. Unfortunately, he kept buying all the way through, and I have no idea. He's not alive today, to the best of my knowledge. You know, you drift away from people. But I can't imagine that it did him well after that, because you had your one spurt. That's not the case of gold. That's not the case of platinum, palladium, all right? But silver hasn't really gone anywhere. Hasn't visited $50 again, that's for sure. All right. So as we look at the gold market, you can see how the market comes up, pulls itself back here. It has kept a bullish bias. In charting, you may have to have charts to find certain things for you if you're going to have a point of being a chartist. To me, I need a line in the sand. I need to know, is a filter. If a market's over a certain number, should I have a bullish bias or a bearish? It's so important to me. And the reason is I'm looking to trade with the bias of the market. So what is it? Could I be wrong in my analysis? Of course, you may think it doesn't make sense. I think it makes a lot of sense. And at the 18-week average of closes, when the market's over it, it is telling me that if I get buy signals on daily charts and so on, that is great. But if I'm getting a sell signal on a daily chart, because this is over it, be cautious. This market is not giving you the all clear that the bear side is the right way to be. You're pulling back in the gold at this point in time. You can see that the pattern is still one of higher lows, but at the same time, it's got lower highs. You see these two peaks? So you've gone into a pause. And on a weekly chart, that's not bearish. You have an upside bias still in a pause. The support of the market is right under us at 1992.70. That is where ideally the battle will be fought, but you're so darn close. This week's low is all of $8 away from it, and you just came from over 2,100. So let's give the market the idea that you're in the zone. I love zones. It's important. What stopped the rally is, if you don't understand Bollinger Bands from me, shame on you. When you get over that band, and I know you're all going to buy it up there, you're going to say, it's running, it's not going to stop. And you set it back there too, and then you paid the price, and you bought it up there and you paid the price. You don't buy over Bollinger Bands. No, then you're going to say, well, should I go short at the Bollinger Band? You don't go short at Bollinger Bands. At what point do you call uncle because you broke your account? Got it. You have to learn how to use charts in a certain way, and you have to find what that technique is. I completely teach you my technique. If you take my courses, you're going to walk away. You know, I'm doing a new course right now. I haven't done it since 2016. I will be this weekend recording, and I'm hoping to finish it up next week, certainly by the weekend of next weekend, but I think I'll get it done this coming week. That's my goal. When we take a look at momentum, still down, correcting, momentum carrying back down, market's looking to see what to do. Now, what would turn the chart bearish? You have to know that. If the market were to get under this last break low of 1975 and close under 1992.70, you could end up with lower highs, then a lower low, price under the 18-week average and momentum pointing down. That would be bearish, opening a door for possibly, if it wanted to fall apart, 1858. Could also possibly do that and be a bear trap and then start your pop to the upside. This is keeping me and telling me what? On the longer term scheme of things, as long as you're staying over the 18-week average, I put the chart in gold, and you still, on this, gold is still stronger than silver. Get under it, then silver's stronger than gold. When we look at silver, it fell right into those massive moving averages we talked about. The 18, the 200, the 100. On the weekly charts, they're out there on on the YouTube. Go look at them. I know we were talking that, and this is where the market's got to decide what to do. But this is not a bullish market. This is still a bearish market. The bias is down. You're under the 18-week. The trend is down. The lower highs, lower lows. Any bear news that comes in, if it comes in here and kicks in, you can go to 2162, the lower Bollinger Band. The onus is now on who? The onus is on the bear to drive the market again down. You're in key support areas. In the copper market, what number did you fall to find the support? I didn't know China was going to pull out the stimulus measures. You went to the 18-week average, the line in the sand. How often do we talk? If you're up here, you'll come down and fight a battle. If you're under, you'll come up to the 18, fight a battle. Over here, you were extreme. You went back, you fought your battle. It happens over and over. Does it have to happen every single time? Nothing has to happen, but it often happens. When I say often, I'm not talking 50-50. Way more than that. Go do your work. What I tell you, you don't have to believe here. Go do your work. That's the challenge. I teach in the morning how to prove it to you in my morning subscriber videos, not here. Here I give you the concepts, I introduce you to them, and then I teach them to you in the morning subscriber videos. And that is where I really put everything together for you. Platinum. I didn't get why platinum was down so much as the other metals were trying to hold on off of China. That's what I'm talking about. Once they said they're buying stocks, and then they did the stimulus, it didn't move. Today, it came alive, up 20 some odd dollars an ounce. It just exploded, ended up for the week up 1.56%. And in the dollar index, I'm looking for this market to possibly fail now. Right up here, the combination of the 100-week average in green, the 18-week average. We had been talking the 104 area for a very long time. If you get price count studies, you've got one through there. Price counts are unique to the Linn Group. You have to have a trading account with us. We can give you an introductory look at them, but you cannot get them. And it's free, by the way, when you have an account with us. It's a big-time tool. And we look at it. We don't teach the formula to you. We will teach you how to put it on your charts on our charting service. You have to have QT. It's the only one that has the price count on it. It's unique to it. And we make it available as a free trial so you can try that out. It'll do it in spiders, ETFs, the stock market, the futures markets. Pretty cool stuff that we have there. So what do you do from here? Well, here's what I'd love to see you do. I'd love to have you join me each morning. I record my futures video at 5:10 in the morning a.m. Central Time. I talk about what's going on in Asia, Europe, in America, with the reports that are coming out. Then we go in and we look at 40 charts. We're going to look at daily and weekly charts often. Always the daily, Monday through Thursday, but then I'll bring in the weekly. I don't just say buy here because I have a feeling. No. Here's the chart action. Here's what it says. Here, basis this, and the charts will be like that. They're going to have a black background with all these lines on it. I teach you what those lines are, what averages, what other ones. You don't see everything here in these videos by design. What do you do with it? What are the probabilities of this? What are the seasonals? Each morning I'm doing that with you. And all of a sudden things go click in your head and you go, okay, I see his method. Does that mean it's right for you? No. But are parts of it right for you? I'm guessing yes. Very much yes. And those are the parts that when you learn, you start saying, I can do this too. And that is the goal. That is the goal. You're as bright as you have to be. Put a little bit of effort. Otherwise, just give your money to a money manager and let them do it for you. Why are you even watching these? Doesn't make any sense. You got somebody doing it for you. You don't need to learn these techniques. But if you're going to do it, you want to learn, this is the way to do it. I cover all this. How do you get it? It's pretty simple. You go to our website at iraepstein.com. I make the site simple. It is like a catalog. That's the design of the website. And when you go there, another way to get there is move your cursor up here. You'll see an icon. Go to the word research. Everything's explained. And once you get a subscription with us, you're going to the member login on the website as well. You modify it. You can do whatever you want. You add to it. You subtract. You can stop it. You don't need to talk to somebody. You're in control of your subscription. Can I make it easier? Don't need a staff to do all that. You can do it. I'm Ira. You have a great weekend. Think about what I just said and join me. I think you'll like these morning meetings. And on the weekend, I've already done the weekend edition where we cover all the weekly charts with weekly trades. You're only getting a touch of what I do. You take care.